You know we like to do everything differently at MotorMatters. Well, this is the DFSK EC35 electric van. In other words, it's an urban delivery runabout. So of course we brought it out to the country. What do you expect from us? Savvy investing is best left to the experts. And when it comes to offshore investing, it's even more important to talk to an expert. Well, Earl Don from Forexpert is the guy you should be talking to for your offshore investments. Hi, I'm Alan R. from MotorMatters, CHANGECARS and all things motoring. I introduced the DFSK C35 panel van to you very recently. Well, this is a slightly different version, and all the stickers all over it are telling you that it's different. Enviro Automotive are bringing them into South Africa. Walgen Holdings, of course, are bringing the petrol versions into the country. It's very, very similar in a lot of ways, and that's a good thing, isn't it? Because if I took all the stickers off, you'd actually struggle to know the difference between the petrol and the electric versions. You've got these little 15-inch wheels, but again, I don't think that makes any difference to anything about the vehicle. What is important is this. This is the crux of this range of vehicles. Now, you may notice the load floor is slightly higher on the electric version. Yeah, because of course batteries, they have to go somewhere, they're underneath, wherever they are, it doesn't matter. But that's not the point. You've got this massive load area at the back. Door at the back, sliding doors on both sides, and also a good solid, although it's plastic, divider between the load area and the cabin with a nice window as well. So it's got all those kind of features. This is, you've got to understand, an urban delivery vehicle. And I stress the word urban. It really is not built to come out to the country, but I just felt like taking it for a bit of a drive and a bit of a cruise, because that's just the way we like to do things. But now the point of this vehicle is the quoted range on electric, because it's electric only, is approximately 240 kilometers. Well, let's say just under 200, because you never want to live with load anxiety or range anxiety in any way in your life, do you? So just keep that in mind. You've got this big opening tailgate. I may as well sit down while I give you all this information, quite honestly, because there is so much of it to give you. What Enviro Auto have told me is that this vehicle, their target market, is actually a company that is fully off the grid and has solar power. That what you do is you run around all day delivering in the local area, and then you chuck it onto your solar system overnight, obviously not using the saved up battery power from your solar system. Overnight, you charge it up, and they've come up with a figure of 27 cents per kilometer total running cost when you do it that way. Obviously, if you're using Eskom power when it's available, it'll cost you a fair bit more, because then you're paying for electricity. But it still would come out way, way cheaper per kilometer than a petrol engine version, even the DFSK version with its little engine, which is incredibly economical, we know that. But it's horses for courses. It's what works for you, and it's what you require in your business life. You've got this massive load area. You can just picture a courier company, a company that does local short distance deliveries. This will work. You've got to get over the whole point of range anxiety. You do 150 odd kilometers a day, perfect. I brought it out on the highway. It is limited to 100 k's an hour. I brought it out on the highway. You'll see us cruising on the highway just now, but obviously you're going to use more battery power when you're running at those speeds. I believe it's more suited to the 60-70 kilometer top speed range, and I think you'd be a lot happier when you ran it like that. But that's a matter of opinion. But you'll see it now on the road, and let's check it out from the driver's point of view. Cruising on the highway, although the word cruising has to be put into inverted commas in certain ways, because I know that I am restricted and limited to a maximum of 100 kilometers an hour. I'm sitting on 96, 97 right now. And I'm very pleasantly surprised, actually, at how this EC35 can handle this kind of driving. It's actually way, way better than I expected. I've hit the limiter, that's why it's beeping at me. I'm on a slight downhill at 100 k's an hour, and I think you heard a gentle little beep. It was telling me, limit! Yeah, well, drop the speed slightly. But you know what? In the slower lanes, I'm keeping up. I'm not holding up the traffic like you often get. I am a bit concerned about driving at this kind of speed for prolonged periods because of battery. I don't know how quickly it'll deplete the battery if you do sit at these speeds as opposed to more urban driving and more urban speeds. But I just had to bring it out on a highway to see what it's really like. I'm comfortable in my seat. You've got a nice screen in front of me. You've got all the features, quite impressive, even the air conditioning. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's a bit bouncy at the moment, but I think a couple of 100 kilos in the back would definitely improve that factor as well. So it's a bit unfair of me to be driving it with no load in the back under these circumstances doing this. But again, I've been asked to test the vehicle, so I'm trying to test it in South African type usage, and that's what obviously would be the crux of the matter. But electric driving, I mean, obviously there's a bit of wind noise and whatever, but it's pretty quiet in here. I've actually got the fan on quite high, or the air conditioning system. That's probably making more noise than anything right now. So I think you can get the picture. And there I hit the limiter again, just as you crest a hill. But it really actually is pretty pleasant, I've got to tell you that much. Jumping in behind the wheel, you've obviously got fairly basic instrumentation, but the important part is obviously over there, which is telling me I've got 69% charge still. This version doesn't tell you how many kilometers you've done, you just work on the pure percentage charge. But I can tell you now, 150 kilometers, you'll never suffer from range anxiety. And I think that's very important. There are no buttons on the steering wheel on this thing, but then again, is that so important? But you do even have electric windows for driver and front passenger. So you get both of those things, which are very, very nice and neat and useful. Of course, being electric, it's got the controller over here for your gear shift, can I call it, drive, neutral, reverse. But a nice feature, look at this, is I put it into reverse gear. You've even got a very good quality reverse camera on this nice big touch screen. It may ping like that to tell you in reverse, and which could drive you a bit mad eventually, but I'd rather have that than not have it. But it just shows you again the screen and the gear shift controller, let's call it. Radio system over there. You've even got air conditioning on this one, so it comes nicely equipped. Got a driver's airbag as well and a passenger airbag, so you've got two airbags on this particular version. Again, I think that's pretty neat, and good space for two people in the cab. Very comfortable, no complaints. They've just put cloth covers on the seats, but it's hardy, it'll wear well, and you've got an old-fashioned handbrake. Again, fine by me. I think this could be a decent place to spend your day as a driver, as a courier driver, delivery driver, anything of that sort. And that's what this vehicle is built for. So it comes down to cost, doesn't it? Now, obviously, when I quote a price to you, because it's electric, it sounds crazy. But when you take into account that running cost that I mentioned earlier on in the video, it makes a lot more sense. So what will this cost you? Now, remembering being a delivery vehicle, you can claim your VAT back on it. Now, there's a big bonus. So it is 565,000 Rand plus VAT. Yes, it is expensive, I know, when you first hear it. But if you amortize that over 3, 4, 5 years on that running cost, that on a petrol engine vehicle will be 2 Rand a kilometer, let alone the under 30 cents a kilometer on this one, I think it suddenly makes a case for itself. And for the company that have invested in their whole solar power setup. And you can trade, when you've already made that investment, you use this, it suddenly talks plenty and makes so much sense as far as I'm concerned. It's all about having choices, having alternatives, and I always love having choices. I always love the different. I always love alternatives. So this really does talk to me. No, I don't think I'd want to take my annual holiday trip in one of these. Although it's so big in the back, somebody said to me, could you imagine doing a camper conversion on one of these? Now that could be interesting, couldn't it? Just as a total left field idea. But I think this has to be one of the first tests on an electric powered delivery van, definitely on this version. So I say it's interesting and it's fun because it's so different. For MotorMatters, Change Cars and all things motoring, I'm Melinar and I'll see you next time.
Hello, my name is Michael. I'm the owner of Change Cars and the host of the TV show All Things Motoring. I have one mission, and that is to make a difference to the motoring public. Making a difference how? Making sure that you have safe options, making sure that you have knowledge. In that regard, it is my absolute pleasure and privilege to work with Alan Rosenmeyer of MotorMatters. The man with a hat, I'm the man with no hat. He's the man with the knowledge. Thank you for watching.